we're going to get an introduction to a couple of competitors that are very active in the tournament scene. One is an up-and-comer, and the other is one of the world's greatest, if not the world's greatest. Definitely the world's greatest for his weight. First, we're going to look at, his name is Morizi, and he does a couple things, and he does a couple things very well. So you watch a match, it's kind of funny, because this move that we learned today, the omoplata with the leg lasso, like I was like, oh, Brian does that move a lot, and I just type his name into Google, and it's just the first match that comes up. You see it like 15 times. So it was pretty easy to track down. So that's like how much he uses this movement. This particular match is Paul Sean, who's an alliance competitor, a very tough alliance competitor. He's pretty well known at brown belt. And Brian Morizi, who is also a very tough brown belt. He started out at Gracie Baja, and then decided to move to Atos, which is one of the top competitive teams. So the people that we're looking at are from Atos. So here you can see Paul is in the black gi. They're kind of in a scramble, and Brian is in the white gi. Now what you're going to see is he'll get into the half guard. Paul will get into Brian's half guard. And Brian will use the reverse de la Hiva guard to create a little bit of space and distance for him to circle in the leg lasso, and then they're in leg lasso half guard. Let's take a look at that right there. So here the camera angle improves. There we go, the half guard. Now, right here we're in a pretty standard half guard. You see how his leg is almost flirting with going up? That's because he's thinking of maybe doing a knee slice pass this way. So you'll see him bring his leg up a little bit more, and then you'll see Brian go to the reverse de la Hiva guard position with this hook in. Film me for a second. I'll show you what the reverse de la Hiva guard position is. It's this position right here, where I grab his ankle, and then I put the reverse de la Hiva hook. So it just happens much lower, and you'll see him use that to get the space to put in the hook. You won't be able to see this gripping situation very well. And then once he gets the hook, he just completely abandons it, and they go back to half guard. He abandons the reverse de la Hiva guard, and then they're in this position. Film the TV. Let it in. So here, that's what I spoke of right there, the ankle in here. And now he's working in the leg lasso. He's getting his grips. He probably doesn't have his grips. Now he got it. And now they're in a position that we work today. So he has the leg lasso. He has the grip on this arm. He has this lasso. And Paul's going to move to the side, which kind of is Brian's forte move. Is he's going to, this one, he just kind of rotates his whole body and goes for the omoplata there. He doesn't do like a complete inversion. Now, you see, there's a couple interesting things that happen in that exchange. Brian likes to grab the leg here, and that's because he likes the omoplata sweep, where he takes his body, he waits for his opponent to pull backwards energy and do a backwards roll, and he has the leg. So when he has the leg, it's very difficult for the opponent to come on top. I want to point something out that happened in this exchange, though, is that you'll see as Paul was passing, you know, as he was going to the side, he had a grip on Brian's leg down here. And you'll see Brian's arm, before it grabs his leg, you'll see him go to try and remove it, and Paul removes it anyway. I think that was a gift, personally. Let's take a look at that, because this is going to be a topic later. Here's the reverse de la Hiva guard. It comes into for there. Now look, he'll grab his leg because he's looking for the knee slice pass. Watch him try and strip it. Right here, watch. He tried to pull it, you see? He tried to pull that off because I think he knows that grip, if it's still there, it's very difficult to get that inverted position. Okay, now let's continue to watch, because this is easy. I mean, this is really great stuff. Now, you'll see him go forward and back a lot. Actually, we get to get one more look at it. Leg lasso, he comes up here, inverts again. Now you'll see a lot of hitting and then going back and forth. See, there's the forward and backwards moment. He's trying to get something going for this sweep here. You can see Paul's leg is over, but he's not committing the weight. Now look, he rolls, but he lost control of the leg. That's why it didn't work right there. Let's get another look at that. That backwards roll. Look at him lose control of this leg, watch. Forward, backwards, and then he needed it to help get up, so he lost it. So the scramble didn't work in his favor. Now I just want you to watch kind of the struggle of the position. You know, you see, we teach the move, it's like, then I'm in an omoplata, then I sweep him. But look how difficult this is here. He actually ends up abandoning it, kind of hugging the leg and going to the 50-50 to recover the position. So you can see forwards, he's trying to there, backwards. You see the sweep he's working for? The pendulum. See, this is what I was talking about. Hugging the leg, trying to create an opportunity here. And you'll see his leg lasso in for the 50-50 guard. And then he tries to take the back from the 50-50 guard. He almost does. This leg comes in, shoots through, and now we're in the 50-50 guard position. He actually does pretty good from the 50-50 guard. He ends up trying to get his back in a position. Let's actually watch it because we recently worked it this week. Look at that hook go in. You see that hook go in? Kind of like the daily Hiva back take, yeah? Watch him try and get around to his back. Scooting. 50-50 guard is a tricky position. It's very slow. He pulls it out. You guys remember this from earlier in this week? Paul's trying to turn into him. Remember how I was talking about how turning is the enemy of this back take? It's really hard, tricky to get your hooks. And he's grabbing here, working to kill it. He's trying to get that extension, and then he rotates on top. And then we're back to playing some of the original stuff we were playing before. Leg lasso. Done. You know, people have their games. That's it. Now, we're going to take a look at another Brian match because it's going to highlight some interesting things. This is him at purple belt, and immediately we just started the match. So you're going to see both guys pull guard, very common. And then Brian will just stay on bottom, his opponent will come on top. I don't know his opponent here. It's at purple belt, this is in Abu Dhabi. It was broadcast on Dubai Sports. We all tried to find that stream, some with success, some with not success when they broadcast it there. But anyways, you're gonna see his opponent, come here, film me. G on the back. You'll see his opponent from the leg lasso. He comes in here and he's controlling the leg. So come on this side. And he's in real tight and low. Why real tight and low? Because it's gonna make it harder for G to come in here and rotate underneath me. You know, he needs space to be able to do this. However, he ends up doing it. Also, with control of the leg, it makes it much more difficult. So this is a wonderful match because you'll see in the beginning, his opponent is real low, real compact, and then he'll undo it, work for something else, and then go right back to it. And his opponent does a mistake. He lets go of this and starts to move north. When I move north, what does that give him space to do? Omoplata. And then he ends up doing this one. He controls the leg and does a backward roll, and gets the sweep. So this one's really nice because when I actually flip the position, and then we're going to take a look at the other guy, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. Let the camera expose for the TV. Right here, I'll let it go. So here Brian's on bottom. Leg lasso, right? Compact, the opponent's controlling that leg. Nice and compact, you see this? It's hard for him to get underneath. But here, Brian will undo the leg lasso and attempt to maybe move to daily Hiva, something else. Because it's not working right now. He's trying to sweep him that way, to the left. Undo the leg lasso right there, trying to create something. Nope, goes back. Now watch this grip. Watch this grip. He lets go of it and moves north. And then he realizes, uh-oh, he's going inverted. So he postures up. And then he ends up getting the sweep because he's postured up and he's moving backwards. One more time. Again, both guys trying to implement their bottom game. He comes on top. Brian's leg lasso comes in. Compact, nice and low, controlling the leg. Brian working for some grips there. Watch him. He'll try and sweep him to the left using the hook as leverage. There's two things you need to worry about in this position. One is the sweep in that direction, and one is the omoplata. Two main things. It's just he's too low, he's too far away to get any sort of leverage on this. Thank you, Jackson. Okay. Here we go. Now look, this grip comes off, and he starts to move north. Then he postures up, he realizes there's a problem, and then he does the backwards roll sweep. Now this is where it gets really interesting. All that I think was pretty generic analysis that everybody should be doing. But this one here, let me refresh, now I have to find it. This one here, Benny last Friday visited the Mendes Brothers Academy. In my opinion, the Mendes Brothers are top 1 and 2, so pound for pound, best guys in Jiu-Jitsu right now. And I think right now we have the best Jiu-Jitsu guys that have ever lived, because our sport is in such a growing phase as far as the techniques and everything. So I think that these two are possibly pound for pound on the all-time list for sure. So Benny had just done a hard round with Hoffa, and now he's doing a round with Guilherme. And Benny just pulled closed guard. Come here. And film me here. Their preferred method of passing, of opening the guard, is first armpits. They kind of come up, they get the belt grip. He's not wearing a belt, let's pretend. You can grab the pants. And then they kind of sit down. And what that'll do is it'll create like a bow in the opponent's back. We'll take a look at it. So as he's doing that, as he's opening the guard, we can focus back up here. As he's opening up on the guard, you'll see Benny move to try and strip a grip to get something to happen. You see it's too late. It's too late. So he kind of abandons that, and what do you do when your guard's about to be opened? What do you do, Chris? Get grips. So you'll see him get grips there. So let's take a look at that sequence. Here, grabs the armpits here, gets up, adjusts to the belt. Now look, watch as he kind of like sits. Watch Benny's back arch backwards. He's trying to strip the grip something. Now he's like, uh-oh, not gonna have my guard's gonna open. Look at him get grips. Grabs the hand on the collar and circles in the leg lasso. Why did he circle in the leg lasso? Because that's your security blanket from the Dariush guard. Now, we see something that Gui is doing very, very well. Is he's not giving any space. Look at him like coming in towards him. So look at his control of the leg here. And you'll see that Benny doesn't have much intensity to get the knee or the foot on the bicep. And when he does, he'll kind of flirt with blocking his leg, not allowing that position, all the while crowding the situation in on him. And then what you'll see is you'll see him control the pant leg once again, and he'll start to walk around to the side. So this kind of brings us full circle on why we chose to study Brian, because we have to understand the position that's at play here. The position at play is that Benny has a leg lasso. He has his grip here, and Gui is coming around to the side here. I think to a certain extent that's kind of like not respecting your opponent too much, because that leg lasso can be dangerous. From this position, there's bicep slicers on this arm. There's definitely sweeps. But at the same time, if you just kind of like don't respect your opponent, you bully into it and go quickly, you're going to create opportunities for yourself. And he is rarely well positioned here. Look how much in the side control he is. You see how he's moved around to this side? He's not rotated in this direction here. Now look. With his arm, he's controlling Benny's pants, and he doesn't let go of it. Why? Because it makes it infinitely more difficult to invert from this position. So if you guys are familiar with an over-under pass, G, come over here, film me here. If you guys are familiar with the over-under pass, it's kind of like the over-under pass pressure, where my shoulder is into the guy, except G has the leg lasso. Okay? I'm controlling the pants, and I'm pressuring in right here. So this is kind of the position. Now we get to see some cool stuff, because this is really the moment in which he's gonna pass guard. You know, eventually it took a while to pass the guard, but this is the key moment. Because Benny's dangerous here. He has grips. He's very dangerous. He needs to get rid of grips. You'll see him almost pass, and the whole situation of him almost passing, the advancement in the passing series was him eliminating Benny's grips. So what you're going to see him do is you're going to see Gui walk to all the way the other side with still the grip and still the pressure. And what he's going to do is he's going to take advantage of Benny's leg lasso being in this position, and he'll drive this knee through to get the leg drag position. Watch it. Hard to go inverted here. Moves to the other side. Watch this knee come in. That knee's in. Watch this arm. Pulls it. Leg drag position. Now look, he's using his armpit. He tries to rip out, and it gives Benny some space right here to get his hook in. So Benny recovered a little bit, but look, now Benny doesn't have grips. He's playing against the world's best with no grips right here. And he's still in the leg drag position. It's hard to see because it's all white. Gui Mendes brothers. And overexposed, I might add, on the video. Overexposed on the camera. Now Benny recovers, but not quite recovers. But he's playing defense. He's just trying to recover. He's trying to get something. He's trying to circle and use his mad flexibility there. So let's watch the whole sequence unedited so we can see it. Here, armpit grips, tripods up, moves to the belt. I would not have let him grab my belt so easy. I would have been ripping off that grip and trying to drag it across, not stripping the grip afterwards. He's tired though. I know. Because I train with him every day. I can tell when he's tired. Look at that bow. Here, he's crowding the distance. See him flirt with blocking the leg. Now he grabs it and starts to walk this way. Now he gets the pressure and still controlling, making it difficult to invert. He's digging, look at his toes, he's pushing in. He changes the angle, look at his leg, it's crossed. Now he drives that knee through, uses this arm to shuck it over. Gets it under his armpit, because that grip is not being stripped without that armpit there. He yanks, Benny has good grips. Still hasn't stripped yet, but now it goes. And we're still in the leg drag position. He has the grip here, not really doing too much for him. There, he recovers the leg drag position and completes the leg drag pass. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drill just a couple of repetitions, that movement of, we're going to get the position, we're going to change the angle, and assuming it's the same side, our left knee is going to come through for the leg drag. Okay, go ahead.